Okay, so welcome back. Um, I'm here on YouTube. I'm going to show you how we're going to reverse the techniques, or maybe use the same techniques to psychologically scare people. Okay, so here is a trailer of the Devil's Dolls official trailer. So let me show you what has been done here. So in this trailer, there's this technique whereby you put everything in focus so that you psychologically prepare somebody for something that might happen in the back. So let's play this trailer a little bit. Okay, for example, here we have this shot where these people are running. Okay, in this shot where these people are running, it looks like a 50 millimeter lens shot. What happens is that, and as you can see, the people in the background are not that much out of focus. In fact, I should switch to HD so we can clearly see everything. So people in the back are not that much out of focus. So what this is psychologically telling us is that something might happen in the back, even though these people are completely focused on the front, but something might happen in the back. As we can see here, let me play it a little bit. Okay, look at this shot. The focus is actually on the character on the front, but the background is not that much out of focus. Looks what happens. You see, somebody went past there, past in the background, but this is possible because of the lens selection that was actually done here, used here. The lens selection that was used here is this is probably a 50 or 35 millimeter lens, and the background is not that much out of focus. So even though the focus is on even though we have been told, like, so what essentially this shot is telling us, hey, look, are this person here on the front, but I don't know, something might happen in the back. And as we can see here, something does happen in the back. A shadow has passed by, and we are freaked out. Okay, so this will make more sense if this shot will make more sense the way it's done here than if I was to use maybe a 70 millimeter lens and have everything in the background out of focus. You know, that thing in the back wouldn't be seen. Even if I use the 70 millimeter lens and then I didn't have everything in the background out of focus, everything was sharp, but you know, that lens is actually psychologically telling us to focus more on the subject and not the thing that is happening in the back. So here, using maybe a 35 to 50 millimeter lens, we are psychologically prepared for something that is happening in the back, and the back is not that much out of focus. So we are also psychologically prepared for something that might happen in the back. So psychologically, we have been told, watch out for the back. Okay? So even in this case, even though we have everything, but you know, we don't have that one point where we're focusing on. So in this shot, in a horror movie, in horror movies, you don't want somebody to anticipate maybe what thing is going to happen, but you can kind of direct their attention. But in this shot, and if you watch the whole horror movie, you'll be in this form of suspense where you don't know what is going to happen and where it's coming from, because you show like everything, and you'll be like, it's going to come out of anywhere. So you know, something like that. As you can see also in this shot, you see, we are focused on this girl right here. This is probably let's say a 50 millimeter lens, but something is happening in the back, as you can see. Okay, even in this very same shot here, right here, the focus was not completely, like using the depth of field, the background was sharp, or let's say in focus. So it psychologically prepared us for this person that was going to appear right here. So essentially that's it. Even in this very same shot, in horror movies, you see the focus right in this very point is changing, but here it's not that much out of focus, and we are focusing on this girl right here. But let's see what happens. She goes back and boom, we were psychologically being prepared for something that might happen because of the lens selection that was used here, which is probably 35 millimeter 250. This is not 16, but somewhere around there, maybe to 24 millimeter. But essentially, you get the whole point. We were psychologically being prepared for something that was going to happen. We didn't know where it's going to come from, but they used this camera, cinematography trick where, this girl is like, essentially like in this girl's head or something. So we have this girl's perspective. We don't know what's going to happen, and the lenses allowed for that to be projected onto us. So boom, and there's the use of music, background music, but the whole point is how lenses and depth of field can also be used to create horror movies. Okay, so that's it. So I hope you have understood this part. If you haven't yet understood, you can always email me any question you have in the email that will be there below. So thank you for watching this tutorial, and see you on the other side when I show you other tutorials and we get into deeper and we essentially make stuff happen with ease. Thank you for watching.